Okay, in this video, I'll try to share the learnings that I have had over the past couple of months, especially with Outlook add-ins. So Microsoft has a suite of products. If you go to Office 365, you have Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Teams. I'm not sure about Dynamics and Yammer, but all these products have a presence on the cloud, as well as they have their desktop clients, as well as some mobile clients. So if you see Outlook, this is a web client. This runs in Firefox, Chrome, and Safari. There is a Windows client. There is a Mac OS client. Then you have mobile apps on Android as well as iPhone. So Microsoft over the years have somewhat unified their services or backend, as you might say, into a standard form. So, and all these platforms, as in Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, as well as the web, in a way interact with that standardized backend. Now, what they are planning or what they are advertising is that standard set of services are being open to third-party developers. So you have a standard set of services, and you are allowing others to build on top of those services. So you might want to extend some functionality or combine two functionalities that is there. Like in a, how do I say, in an Outlook client, it is very easy or straightforward to attach documents from the cloud location. So if you say browse cloud location, OneDrive opens up and is shown here. But what if you want to attach something from Google Drive? Or what if you want to attach something from Dropbox? Or maybe you have a S3 bucket that you want to include files from. But that's what the motive is. I'm not very sure about whether you can include Google, because that's a competitor of Outlook or Microsoft, as you may see. But coming back, we are the third party and we want to develop something on top of those services. So basically, I had a chance to go into the Outlook documentation. So I'll start with Outlook and then we'll move on to other products. So here's a list of products actually: Excel, OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint, Project, Visio, Word. These all support add-in. So what actually add-in is, it's somewhat of a plugin if you had developed or experience with Windows platform or Mac OS platform. But add-in leverages the use of these modern web technologies. So most of your platforms can run JavaScript. So that's where they are leveraging the expertise of third-party developers in the domain of web and allowing them to develop once, run across our platform. So if you develop an add-in using these technologies, your add-in will be supported across all of its platforms. So it makes your job easy to reach out to the audience in cross-platform manner. So how do you start is, you just go to this overview documentation, and there is a nice UMN generator that exists for other projects. So they have used that. So if you install, there's a way you can install actually. So this is the npm package that you install, and you specify this generator office. So generator office will allow you to generate office add-ins. So after that, you just run your office. It asks you a bunch of questions. So for our task, I had created, but I'll just delete this. We'll start again actually. Okay, your repository is there. We need to delete that as well. Okay. So yo is there. Yes, I guess it's there. Yeah. So okay, I have only one generator, so that's why it's asking me to select actually. So I'll select office. Make sure you are in the okay. So what we want to do is we'll do a basic simple thing. We'll do the default selection, add in task and project. We'll use JavaScript or TypeScript. Let's start with JavaScript because most of the document is JavaScript. What name should we give it? Say all my first add-in. First add-in. Okay. For this, we'll take Outlook as our client. Okay, it's creating. Okay. I'm all done running npm install. So it is running npm install. Okay, you get a lot of things. So since this is a project based on web technologies, it's good that you know certain web technology. Like npm is a node package manager, you should be aware of it. Then you have Webpack is there that it allows you to run. So the way it works is I'll just let me create a file actually, or I should go on raw. Yeah, okay. Let's create a diagram so that it's more clear. Blank diagram. Okay. What actually happens is you have this is your office application. Okay. Then you have your custom third-party add-in. So this is what we are developing actually. So this is nothing, as in what it includes is a HTML page, a JavaScript file, and possibly a CSS file. You don't need CSS. It's just for styling the HTML that you have. So basically, you just need a JavaScript. HTML is something that you use to render or put down the facade, is what I can say. So you have a HTML JavaScript. So for simplicity, let's consider this is a website. Now, what Office Applications does is it embeds few components. So if you're familiar, there used to be an iframe concept way back, which was there, which existed. So the Office application creates an iframe, and this website is loaded in that iframe. So you have your website opened in an iframe. Okay. So for any website, what actually you need is, I mean, every website has a web address, or colloquially you can say URL, where the website can be looked up for. So if you see in the app.diagrams.net is the website where you get this nice interface. Similarly, your third-party add-in will be identified or available on the internet or accessible on the internet via a particular web address. Now, your Office application will ask for something. Uh, it's like address of your website, maybe the how maybe some meta information about your website, or somewhere you want to specify how your application or when this application when will when to open is something I would say. So you have something that specifies these information. Now manifest file or something like manifest.xml is specifically the file that you specify or use to communicate with. So manifest.xml is another component that the Office application uses for this add-in purpose. The other component I would say of host application would be better term, host API. So your Office application has a manifest, host API, and iframe. These three things essentially allow you to build on top of Office application. So this is okay. So address of the URL of the website. Now which website? This website. So you specify, give some information to Office application. Okay. Take this manifest file which contains my address of the website, some information other than the URL, meta information I would say, like what name should I give to this application and when to open. This is sufficient for a big startup point. I will get into the details. Now what we have here is how host APIs that allows my website to communicate with my Office application, right? This is how the fundamentally this works. Now, okay, so we have this our UMN generator has successfully run. Now what we have to do is look into the package.json. So package.json has a script as build which uses webpack, HTTPS, false, webpack dev server. Dev server is something that we want to run. Webpack dev server minus node mode development. We'll run npm start npm run dev server. Okay, we need to run npm install. Okay, it's done. Okay, npm start. It says no such. Oh, we are not in the directory actually. My first add-in npm. We run that. Debugging is type started. App type desktop. Unable to start. Error platform not supported. Linux. Side loading the Office add-in. Unable to start debugging. Okay, let's run dev server. It should be possible. Yeah. Okay. So platform not supported Linux. Okay. Oops. Looks like we are not supported on Linux. Okay. No worries.